Liverpool's starting 11 against Wolverhampton has been revealed. Wolverhampton Wanderers host Liverpool in a repeat of the third-round FA Cup draw after the Reds escaped a highly controversial match at Anfield in a dramatic 2-2 draw. Jürgen Klopp has promised to pick a side so strong that Liverpool wants to recover from their recent slump when they faced the Wolves in the FA Cup. The Reds recovered from a major scare at Anfield earlier this month, prompting a repeat of a series of controversial decisions. And while they had a chance to draw on this occasion, luck eluded them as they were beaten 3-0 by Brighton last weekend. The heavy defeat at Amex was their second straight loss in the Premier League and left them stranded at mid-table. Klopp had argued that the rematch at Molino was better for the hosts, but Julian Lopetegui's side remains focused on the battle against the downfall. After the clash in the Midlands on Tuesday night, Liverpool will return to their league fight against Chelsea on Saturday. It's time for a fixture that will disappoint an already annoyed Klopp. Still, he suggested to reporters that he would have almost full strength against the Wolves. "We're going as strong as we can. All the players who played the last game are currently unavailable for different reasons. We're going to make changes, that's clear. We need fresh legs. We have to make decisions about the formation, and we will." In light of all this information, Liverpool's starting lineup against Wolves is as follows. Alisson will take charge in the castle. Callum Kelleher was previously used as Klopp's trophy keeper, but this position is now being filled by the starting keeper. The Brazilian goalkeeper made a shocking mistake in the 2-2 draw and gifted Goncalo Gages the opening goal. This time he will be hoping for a quieter night. Alexander-Arnold, Joe Gomez, Konate and Tsimikas will take charge on the defensive line. Joe Gomez is off to a rare start, and it's a good chance to send a reminder to Klopp, as a back four, including Joel Matip, wash themselves out with victory. Ibrahima is next to Konate and Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back. On the opposite flank, Andy Robertson will be allowed and Kostas Tsimikas will replace him. The Greek international has struggled for opportunities and will try to score a point against the struggling Wolves side. Fabinho, Keita and Milner will take charge in the midfield. Keita looks destined to be on the move in January or the summer, but he could earn himself a starting berth with the midfielder, the origin of many of his recent struggles. Salah, Gakpo and Carvalho will take charge on the forward line. Klopp claimed that Darwin Nunez, who scored in the first match, was a major injury suspect. This encourages the Liverpool boss to change their formation and play 4-4-2 instead of 4-3-3. But that seems like a pretty radical change, especially with Klopp claiming to be as strong as possible. Liverpool are looking to sign Jude Bellingham and Matheus Nunes so Jürgen Klopp can play together next season. According to Paul Joyce of The Times, Liverpool are looking to sign midfielders Jude Bellingham and Matheus Nunes to Jürgen Klopp's squad in the summer. According to the report, the Reds hope to make additions to the middle of the park. As widely reported, the 19-year-old star of Borussia Dortmund is the priority target at Anfield. Moreover, after recent allegations suggesting that the Merseyside club is back for the Wolverhampton Wanderers man, Joyce has now confirmed that this is the case. It has been announced that the German club will accept a £130 million offer to part ways with the youngster, while Old Gold will demand £50 million to sell the 24-year-old player. While this is extremely positive for the Reds, the club currently needs midfield additions. If that doesn't happen, it will look like FSG and Klopp have completely closed this season. Moreover, this could have serious complications on potential transfers if Liverpool fail to make it into the top four. While it's unlikely to affect a possible move for Nunez, the lack of Champions League football will make it incredibly difficult for the Reds to land Bellingham at Anfield. The English star is sought after by the biggest clubs in world football. So why would he want to join a side that isn't competing in Europe's most prestigious competition? This could be a serious possibility until the end of the campaign if Liverpool fail to resolve their midfield issues this month. It's not really a risk worth taking, so the club must do everything it can to rectify the situation. It is obvious that this situation will become even more troublesome, especially after the loss to Brighton. But some reports say FSG management and Klopp could make a late signing in January. According to Fabrizio Romano, Liverpool are exploring options to sign a new centre midfielder this month. Like Joyce in Romano, their main summer target claimed they could wait until summer to pursue Jude Bellingham. Bellingham was hotly linked to his move to Liverpool among other European jugglers, but Spanish media outlet Marca reports that the teenager received a verbal offer from Real Madrid. It's clear the Reds won't be alone in his pursuit, and may force them to take action in early January for an alternative target. Romano has revealed his priority to bring in a midfielder before the deadline amid Liverpool's chase for Bellingham. Liverpool are exploring possibilities for a new midfielder to sign these days, so let's see if they can find the right one or just focus on the main target of the summer, Jude Bellingham. But certainly, Liverpool are looking into the market for a potential new centre midfielder in the last days of January, he said. Liverpool have suffered deep in midfield this season. Either injuries or poor form is a major reason they are far from the pace of this campaign, which means an overhaul could be on the cards. With James Milner, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Naby Keita and Arthur Melo poised to leave the club in the summer when their contracts are expiring, there's little chance Bellingham will leave Borussia Dortmund this month, given that there's little chance of them leaving Borussia Dortmund to bring in a cheaper alternative and try them out. He has been linked to numerous midfielders such as Liverpool's Ruben Neves, Moises Caicedo, Matheus Nunes, Sofiane Amrabat and even Fulham's João Palhinha. Serious interest continues with some names, and it may be a matter of time before they join the roster. As with the Gakpo transfer, Liverpool suddenly dropped the player to Anfield and shocked everyone. In the midfield, a shocking transfer can be signed towards the end of the January transfer window. The transfer seems to shape the future of Liverpool. Jürgen Klopp says Diogo Jota can play against Real Madrid in the Champions League. The Reds have no chance of winning the Premier League this season, and the Champions League qualifiers are already looking tough. This means cup competitions can be the sole focus of Klopp's side. Staying in the FA Cup tonight will be a good start, but the Wolves will likely be a stubborn opponent. Winning this year may be their best chance to qualify for Europe's premier competition next season. Liverpool faced Real Madrid in the last 16 of the Champions League and made a repeat of last year's final. The Reds will want to avenge their defeat in Paris, and Klopp says he now hopes Diogo Jota will be ready for his Champions League challenge. The Portuguese winger has been injured for several months and missed the World Cup. However, it is now getting closer to getting back into action. Jota could be fit for Liverpool's Champions League fixture. Klopp was asked if he was worried that Jota would not be in top form when European football returns next month. No, because this is Diogo, said Klopp. He's extremely smart in terms of football. He'll be back here again because it's like he's playing the games without playing. I don't know exactly how long he'll be out, but he looks really good. He's on the field and already doing a lot of things, but he'll be out for a few more weeks. In contention for the Champions League? On my part, yes, he said. It will be a big boost if Jota is ready for the Champions League draw. Liverpool's offense looked disjointed for most of the season, and Jota's unavailability was a factor. The 26-year-old, who can play left or centre, is a worthy option for Klopp. Jota was part of the training camp that went to Dubai last month, but continued her rehabilitation separately. Diogo Jota's obsolescence left Klopp without options in multiple positions. He performed quite effectively in the role of Firmino last season and also played on the left wing. His injury has also been instrumental in limiting his offensive options this season, and it's clear that Klopp desperately needs a wildcard.